Turning Point USA has just let go of its University of Nevada, Las Vegas chapter president following a video that went viral. And we obviously had to censor the video, but the uncensored version is available all over the internet. But with that said, let's take a look at the video in question.
Yes.
I love this.
Dude, we're gonna rule the country. White power.
Yeah. That's right.
There was a lot of we're gonna rule the world, white power, and N-words tossed around.
Trash.
Look, so I'll explain.
Trash.
Like, it drives me crazy when anybody censors things and then doesn't tell you what they said. They said F N-words, okay? And then they talked about white power. And then they did the white power sign, the alt-right sign. And so people say she was the one shouting the N-word. The guy who was in charge of the Vegas chapter is the one making the alt-right signs, but also talking about white power.
Right, Riley Grisar is his name, and he's been let go.
Yeah.
Listen, peach schnapps really goes right to the head. Sometimes, when you and your white power buddies are hanging out and someone's got some schnapps, schniz, wine coolers, you get a little drunk, you say some stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to mind, right? When people are drunk, except it's not.
Yeah, you just want to say the N-word. That's totally normal. I was just drunk. I don't actually think that. You totally think that, and that's what your whole organization represents.
So, of course, right-wingers, especially right-wingers on Twitter, are making all sorts of excuses for these college students, and they're arguing, well, they were drunk, they're just acting stupid. This is an isolated incident. It's not really representative of Turning Point USA, except it is, and I'll give you specific examples, other examples in just a minute. But following the video going viral, Turning Point USA released a statement saying, quote, "As soon as the video in question came to the attention of Turning Point USA staff, we swiftly and permanently removed the student from any current or future involvement with our organization. His comments are abhorrent, un-American, and disqualifying." Okay, so there are multiple examples of people affiliated with this group going out there doing and saying horrible things. Now, for example, last week students at that very university, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, tore down a mock wall the chapter had constructed as part of the Build the Wall event. And so following that, they argued, oh, we're victims. The leftists are always attacking us. In fact, they put out a video making themselves out to be the victims of leftist hate. And I'll show that to you in just a minute. But also, Crystal Clanton, who served as the group's national field director, sent a text message to another Turning Point employee saying, quote, "I hate black people, like F them all, I hate blacks," end of story.
Yeah, well, that seems nuanced. I'm not quite sure what he was getting at.
Must have been drunk,
There's a lot of drunk people at Turning Point USA, apparently.
Yeah, drunk, sexting, it's very sexy.
On Twitter, Adam Weinstein had written, "The best grift in America is convincing rich old man conservatives to give you their money so they can reach young people with an old rich or rich old man message." So he's of course criticizing the way Turning Point USA is funded, and it is funded by many right wingers. And so Turning Point USA had responded to that with a now deleted tweet, and it read, "The best grift this morning is having a guy named Weinstein criticize young people for wanting fewer hands in their pockets."
What?
Too good.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow, no, but to be fair, they were drunk when they tweeted that.
Yeah.
To be fair, they are perpetually drunk.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
by the way, let's talk about that excuse for a second. If I was drunk, I don't think I'd get so drunk that I'd be like, yeah, white power.
No, you'd be like, and culture's kind of cute. Sometimes, would I say that? Don't film this.
Okay, I don't know that I would say that, but I'm positive I wouldn't do any ode to white power. But so if the right wing thinks, okay, yeah, that's because you're brown, yeah, but I also wouldn't be like, brown power, we're gonna rule you all. And that goes to the projection too. They always say like, oh, minorities, if they get control, they're gonna, and liberals, they're gonna run our lives. Ain't nobody interested in running your life, man. Running your life, I want nothing to do with your life. Okay, I don't ever want to see you again if I can help it. Why? Because in their mind, when they're drunk, they reveal what they want to do. We're gonna dominate, we're gonna run the country, and we're gonna run your lives and white power. That's also, what they actually think.
Can we just fact check the drunk statement just a little bit. We're gonna run the world, white people. White people, you already run the world. So like, look at your history. I mean, kudos, a lot of colonialism, a little bit of slavery mixed in, a few countries carved up, created out of nowhere, but you do run the world. And this is the fun thing about racism in 2019 is just the ahistoricity, the ahistoricalness of racists, or like they have no understanding of where white privilege actually comes from and where systemic racism and oppression come from.
Right, and that's also right wing 101 because they have to be victims. It doesn't matter how much they're in charge. It doesn't matter that Trump is now president and he's giving them the exact kind of white power, racism, etc. that they've been craving. No matter when Obama was president, oh my God, we're the victims. They're the victims no matter what. Oh, why? Because you said happy holidays to me, so I'm a victim. You should have said Merry Christmas.
Right. Well,
there's no end to it.
I want to show you a little more of how they see themselves as victims. So let's take a look at the next video.
I am the face of leftist hate.
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 Can you write down what the left did to you?
Invasion of privacy.
Bear spray.
Vehicular harassment.
Verbal harassment.
I was assaulted for wearing a MAGA hat. Bear spray into my high school to silence our conservative group.
I was forced to move out of my house because of anti-Second Amendment discrimination.
I was assaulted for wearing a MAGA hat.
At 19 years old, I was targeted by hateful leftist professors at my university.
The radical leftist tried to hit me with his car twice. I hid. I feared for my life. This man did not and cannot silence me.
Oh, that's fascinating. So let's talk about vehicular harassment, like Heather Heyer getting run over and murdered during a white nationalist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia.
First of all, I don't believe anything they say. So he tried to run me over, really? Okay, no, I don't believe you at all. We saw what happens when someone tries to run someone over, like your friends in Charlottesville. So they do actually run them over, put a lot of people in the hospital and kill someone, okay? And the other one was like, I was harassed because of my Second Amendment rights in an apartment. In other words, she had a gun in a building and people were like, hey, we live here, can you please put away the gun? And she's like, no way, I got a right to point my gun at everybody. I was harassed, I'm the victim. Just because I'm pointing a gun at everybody and they don't want a gun pointed, I'm the victim, I'm the victim.
This is an amazing like save the white children infomercial,
It is amazing. I have to add one more thing though, before we wrap the story. Look, this organization literally has an online list of professors for people to target simply because they disagree with these professors. They don't like what these professors have said either politically, during their classes. It is essentially a professor hit list. So please spare me your tears about how you feel like you can't practice your free speech. Because the fact of the matter is, this organization harasses professors, people who are educating the youth, simply because they don't like their lesson plan, their curriculum, what they've said. Exactly. That is what they've done over and over again. It is nothing more than a hit list, and they have harassed professors as a result of whatever political differences they have. So you have no leg to stand on. You can't say that you feel like your freedom of speech is being violated when this organization goes out of its way to intimidate educators that they disagree with.
But like the thing about this video that's so ridiculous is like, is this the speech that you want? Is that it? Do you just want to say the N-word?
Yes, that's definitely what they want.
Just go say it, man. Go say it. Like say it. But then admit that you're a white nationalist. That's it. Like you're a racist. But that is literally all. It's like, well, we can't say the N-word. Yeah, man, you can totally say it. But like expect the consequences when you do.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have a right to speech. You don't have a right to be popular, and so that's what they're crying about. And I gotta say, the last two things here. One is in that video, if you notice, they said I was verbally harassed. What happened? I thought you were in favor of freedom of speech. This is the group that cries most about freedom of speech. And if you criticize them, they go verbal harassment. I've been harassed verbally. Shut down their speech. Shut down their speech. They're not allowed to say that. Whereas I'm allowed to yell the N-word over and over again. That's real freedom of speech. That's the real point of Turning Point USA.
Sure.
And the only other point they have is the rich donors that funded them. So to get the irony and the projection of the professors say things that are inconvenient to us, like facts, so they should be shut down. Who paid you to say that? Oh, rich donors gave me money so I can indoctrinate students about how great cutting taxes on the rich are and how awesome it is to give money in politics so you can buy all the politicians to do deregulation and lower taxes.
Right.
I was paid to say that to indoctrinate students. That's why you shouldn't listen to professors who are indoctrinating students.
And their funders include the DeVos family, Foster Friess, the Yulin family. I mean, just to give you a sense of the mega donors who have corrupted our politics, who have pushed the country in a right-wing direction.
And have been retweeted and supported by both Trump and his son. And I think that, to me, this story is a warning for Democrats, really. It should be for our legislators and Democratic leaders to say, this is an organization that is at its core racist and hires all these people with these horribly problematic views. And it's been supported by this president and this administration. We are dealing with a fringe, and I would say white nationalist administration. That's what they are. That's what this is. And unless you can say that explicitly and name that and are willing to confront that, then you're not gonna get my vote. I mean, that's
I guarantee you there will be people on this video commenting saying, oh, you guys do identity politics and you etc. They yelled white power in the video.
Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it real. Everyone does identity politics. Everyone. I've seen the right do it over and over again. How many times have we heard Ben Shapiro say Judeo-Christian values?
Right.
How many times have we heard Dave Rubin talk about how he's a gay man? How many times have they used identity politics to their advantage over and over again? Identity politics is a nonsense phrase to try to minimize or belittle someone else's argument. I'm not buying it, and I'm just so tired of the right wing thinking that the entire country is stupid enough to buy into their BS. We're not. Don't insult our intelligence. You love identity politics and you love virtue signaling.
And it's not okay. This is not okay. Also, from now on, this is okay. This is weird. This is really weird. The taut fingers are weird, okay? Don't screenshot that. It's gotta be a limp 3-fingered okay, all right? Otherwise a thumb. Otherwise, just an elbow. I don't know, but just the taut fingers, man.
Yeah, when you do it while you're yelling white power, it's a bit of a giveaway.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that minorities who were brought here as slaves didn't start identity politics.
Right.